Tim Pool uploaded one of the most hypocritical videos I've seen in years, and his conservative audience, who he caters to for money, are not having it, honey. In my opinion, Tim Pool is a self-hating grifter who took notes from another self-hating grifter, Sean King. Except there's one difference. Instead of pretending to be black, Tim Pool claims to be Asian.
The ACLU, when they supported affirmative action at Harvard, which lumps all Asians, Indian, Chinese, Laotians into one category, and I find that offensive as an Asian person.
Tim Pool plays it safe by being a member of everybody's team. The left, the middle, the right, and the alt-right. Yeah, I see you, Tim. I see you. This balding manlet has made it known time after time that he's indeed pro-choice.
I'm pro-choice, so I didn't know if this was something I had enough knowledge about. I'm not an expert on issues of abortion and the whole debate. Look, you guys know I'm rather centrist, so I don't have a lot of facts behind this kind of stuff, which I don't really talk about it that much.
Perhaps you will lose, conservatives. Perhaps the pro-choice argument will win. But it doesn't mean I want to be mean to you. It means I want to sit down and help you understand my perspective, and I, of course, want my perspective to win. I'm not one to typically... I've done a few videos about abortion, pro-life, pro-choice, etc. I am pro-choice. I've gone into great details and great lengths as to why I hold that position, but the way I've always explained it is that it's like a reluctant pro-choice, right? I certainly do not agree with aborting babies that have already been born. That's not abortion, that's literally just killing a baby.
Now, according to the conservatives that Tim Pool caters to, having an abortion at 3 weeks is no different than having an abortion at 9 months. But Tim believes that all women have the right to an abortion, and so do I. But the death penalty? That's going a little too far.
From CNN. Bill Barr directs federal government to reinstate death penalty, schedule the execution of 5 death row inmates. And I am going to say no as loud as I can. This is the one issue that I hold more truly than any other issue, period.
Lies! Lies! You are the prince of lies!
How in the hell can you be pro-abortion, but you are against the death penalty? Hypocrite there much, Tim Pool? I mean, you are stern on this. You're like, killing is wrong. Oh my God, you should not do that to the criminals. But if you want to kill your baby, that's all cool. I'm all down with that.
Death penalty? Nothing. Nothing will ever get me to support execution by the state for so many reasons.
And if one of those reasons means killing a vicious sociopath who took the lives of innocent children, men and women, well, that's just too damn bad. Even if the death of these criminals will bring closure to the families of the victims they tortured and killed, Tim Pool says, no way, Jose, because the life of serial rapists and murderers take top priority over the wishes of surviving victims and their families.
I want you to imagine right now, you are in a room, you can't move. It's dark, there's no windows. You're in jail, you're in prison. And 2 men come up and you take you out of the room and they tell you, you are now going to die. What your existence is, your thoughts, your life, your passion, your knowledge will cease to exist because we've deemed it so. There's no chance of escape. It doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty. You are going to die. Then I want to imagine them strapping you down to the table, laying there in the cold with the white bright lights, as they tell you now, we are going to inject you with a chemical to end your life.
Cool story, bro. Now it's my turn. I want you to imagine being a woman living in a sorority house with other women. You and your Chi Omega sisters are sound asleep in your beds when all of a sudden a man sneaks into your room, creeps over to your bed, stands over your body, and then violently hits you in the head with the back end of an axe, thus breaking your jaw, which results in you losing several of your teeth. The attack was so quick, so vicious, that you suffered from brain bleed due to having 5 fractures in your skull. While you're going in and out of consciousness, this savage animal viciously rapes you before leaving you for dead. Several weeks later, you wake up out of a coma in a hospital to not only learn about the deaths of your other sorority sisters who were also physically and sexually attacked the same way as you, but you learn that the following day, a 12-year-old girl was also killed and raped under similar circumstances. You also learned that this man was captured by the police and he has confessed to killing, sodomizing, and raping over 30 women, but hinted to the police and detectives that it could have been close to 100. Instead of taking accountability for his actions, this man, whose name is Ted Bundy, blamed his actions on porn and not his bloodlust for helpless females. Now I know what this weak little manlet is going to say. Tree, Ted Bundy was in jail. When he was in jail, he was no longer a threat to women. Wrong. Ted Bundy escaped jail not once, but twice. And after each of his escapes, he would go out and hunt women, rape them, and kill them until he was captured. I also want to mention that while Ted Bundy was on the run as a fugitive, he would keep the decapitated heads of his female victims as trophies while performing necrophilic acts on the corpses of his other female victims. Luckily, Ted Bundy was sentenced to death, which I completely support, and he was killed by an electric chair. This put the friends and families along with the female victims' minds at ease, and it finally allowed them to have closure. But according to Tim Pool, the victims, along with the family and friends of those victims, don't matter. Who cares about them? It's the life of Ted Bundy we should care about. It's the life of Ted Bundy we should have saved. You know, when you find yourself defending a serial rapist and killer like Ted Bundy, you know you are a piece of shit.
I want you to really, really think about what that would mean. We don't know what is beyond life. We don't. Some people have faith, but faith isn't knowledge. It's a belief that something will be true, not knowledge that it is. So there's a lot of people, I think, that might say, you know what? These people forfeited their lives by doing something. No. Stop. I don't care.
You don't care? Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You don't care about women getting an abortion, and if you talk to a conservative, they'll say, you're killing the baby, okay? But Tim Pool said, yeah, I don't have no problem with you killing your baby, but you better not kill a criminal. Yes, they have killed other people, but their lives matter. Criminal lives matter. This motherfucker is so crazy. You conservatives will follow anybody that talks your bullshit. You have no standards whatsoever. All this time, y'all been all on Tim Pool because he's been shitting on the left, not realizing he has fucked up beliefs that are opposite than yours. Oh, my, how the mighty has fallen.
If you have successfully restrained and detained and stopped the threat, to then decide the state can come in and take away what is the most important thing in existence, life. I will not accept that.
But you support abortion! Oh my God! You support abortion! You low IQ manlet!
When it comes to the death penalty, straight up, you will never get me to agree to that. The choice thing is complicated because it comes to two different entities and it comes to state enforcement. And it is always about the state imposing their will on your life. And I will never be for that. And when it comes to the state deciding you will die, I will never be for that.
Just so y'all know, there are anti-abortion laws that are springing up around the southern states and other northwestern states that are called the heartbeat bill, which means that if the medical doctors can detect a heartbeat, then the female cannot get an abortion. And usually a heartbeat can be detected anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. This is state imposed. Tim Pool, by the way, is against this state-imposed law stating that women cannot have an abortion if a heartbeat is detected. He's against that. He's stating that women should be allowed to have abortions if they want to, and that the state should not impose any laws stopping women from having an abortion. But when it comes to criminals who have killed innocent children, men, and women, that's where he draws the line. Those states do not have those states do not have the right to put these demented people to death. Oh my God. This is the hero of the right. Conservatives love him because he shit all over the left. They don't even realize that Tim Pool is a lying ass grifter.
I'm just letting you know that this is the hill I will die on. I won't budge from this. I have read philosophy, I have sat down, I have meditated on the issue, and I have thought about it, and this is one of the strongest positions I will ever take. So I will say unequivocally, I oppose Bill Barr, Donald Trump, the Trump administration in reinstating death penalties at the federal level and ordering the execution of these inmates.
You support abortions! You support abortions! This makes you a hypocrite!
Beyond all of that, I will defer to Blackstone's formulation that it is better that 10 guilty persons escape than 1 innocent suffer.
Oh my God! So much stupidity! Listen, I could tear this entire video apart, but I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. If you want to see Tim Pool's video and all his nonsense, just go to his channel, dude. I'm not even going to leave a link in the description box. I just can't. I just can't with this little manlet. Okay, I'm just going to go to this one last part right here, and then I'm going to respond to this, and I'm just done with this video. I just can't with Tim Pool. I just can't.
But I understand it costs money. I do. But just because we can't afford the burden, we want to end someone's life, I can't see it.
Out of all the dumb things Tim Pool has said in this video, this statement alone made me jump out of my chair and scream, "Oh my God!" at the computer monitor. Tim Pool,
the balding manlet,
with the IQ of a moldy fruitcake, said, and I quote, "Just because we can't afford the burden we want to end someone's life, I can't see it. Most women who get an abortion do so because they can't afford the burden. They are not in the financial position to take on that responsibility." So which one is it, Tim? If vicious criminals who have been found guilty after using all their appeal options should not be executed because even though keeping them alive is a financial burden on the state, then according to your logic, the same should be applied to women who want an abortion. Women should be forced to have babies they can't afford. But you're against that, Tim. You said you are against that. Women have the right to choose. You are against women being forced to have babies they can't afford, but find it wrong for states to execute convicted murderers that they can't afford? Ha! You know what that makes you, Tim? That makes you a hypocrite. But don't worry about it, Tim. Most of your conservative fans are tribal cowards. Sure, they are mad at you today, but as soon as you upload videos tomorrow talking about how the left is crazy, stupid, and unhinged, along with kissing Trump's ass, all will be forgotten. They will forgive you for this minor transgression and start praising you again as soon as you start making videos attacking the libs.